Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So we're out at the field again today with my BAMF 2. This is a strong layup, and I just wanted to show you guys what's under here. So this is a rudderless build, as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, but I do fly rudderless for most of my DLGs. So I have the brand new KST A08 servos for my wings, and I have the currently discontinued X08 V5 servos for my elevator. I have the brand new one cell arm sword pack. It's a 500 milliamp battery, and I do have ballast in here right now. So this is where it goes out, comes back in, snap it in, and it's not going anywhere. So I have 40 grams of ballast in there right now. This is a 200 and I think it's 255 or something, the plane. So we're right at around 300 grams all up weight. So let's see what the weather conditions are like today and try to get some thermals. Alright, soft launch. It's probably about 50 meters. Let's see what we can hit. So the wind today is blowing kind of diagonally across the field, right toward the fire hall. Oh, looks like there's a little bit of energy there. Let's go into thermal mode. Because there is some wind, it can get a little bit turbulent closer to the field because there's some taller trees, right upwind at the diagonal angle. But right now it's not too bad. There's some energy there. Let's go into thermal mode. Yep, it's more towards the left, so wrap it closer to the left and then extend it a little bit on the left hand side. Oops. Oh, no, it feels a little bit better on the right hand side right now. Oops, nose up attitude, that was not good. Pulled a little bit too much elevator over there. Oh, same thing, huh? On the same part of the turn as well, so I got to pay attention to that. I'm trying to open it up a little bit. It's going downwind relatively quickly, but it's not really climbing much. I want to push upwind a little bit. It's pulling more towards the left. That lift was climbable, but I'm not fond of going too far in that direction because of the fire hall. So came back a little bit closer to the left, and it seemed decent. Oh, yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's see what time we're at.
2 minutes.
We're at 2 minutes now.
2 seconds.
Nice. So this is climbing out much nicer now. It's a little bit smoother than the earlier thermal that we were in the first one. So I feel that these were two separate pieces of lift, although maybe not super far apart, because it did fly through a little bit of sink between the first one and me hitting the second one.
Telemetry lost.
Oh, telemetry lost. Oh.
Telemetry lost.
Telemetry lost for a sec. Again, same corner.
Well, shit.
So today I am running the FrSky radio. I think if you were watching one of my earlier videos, maybe the last one or the second last one, we also had a hold with Spektrum. Same corner. It's always the same corner. So I am a little bit wary when the wind is blowing in that direction. Luckily, we were able to recover and we've come back.
Cruise.
I'm still in thermal mode, so I just popped it back into cruise. I just adjusted my global elevator trim a little bit, so we had a little bit down trim. It seemed like we were pulling a bit too much up. Yeah, the nose was always tending to come up a little bit. We're back into a little bit of lift.
3 minutes and 41 seconds.
So it's 3 minutes and 41 seconds on this flight so far. Now, even though there is a little bit of a breeze and there is a little bit of chop right at the field, the plane is very steady, and we were able to punch through the sink, when we lost control, and there was sink between that lift and the lift we're in right now. Because we had ballast and weight, we can move very quickly. Even though I was in the wrong flight mode, I was in thermal mode by mistake when I was coming back. And one of the things I'm really looking forward to with the tandem system is having that 900 megahertz redundancy and backup. So even if I'm in a school field like this, right in the city, hopefully that would prevent me from having those nasty fail-safes and lockouts.
Telemetry lost.
Again, telemetry lost right at around the same. Actually, this time it's closer to the middle of the field. Wow, it's really bad today.
Minutes and 9 seconds.
5 minutes and 9 seconds. I'm in thermal mode right now. I'm just very slowly cruising upwind. It feels a little bit neutral. I'm not, seeing signs of massive sink or anything, and doesn't look like there's much lift. Oh, there we go. We hit a little bit of lift. Yep, that's definitely climbable. There's some energy there. I think you can see in the video, once we got to that little part, the plane picked up a little bit of energy. And that's always a good sign. Oops, stalled again. Oh dear, I need more practice. So this feels like a little bit of zero sink. It's maintaining height, but it is going downwind quite a bit. I don't want to go too far.
Cruise.
I just switched into cruise mode, back into thermal. I know there's good air right on the left-hand side because there's some birds flying. And they seem to be pretty happy, but that's a little further than I'd like to go on this field. So let's not chase them. Yeah, I'm still having a little bit of a nose-up attitude. Let me just change my global elevator trim a little bit again. Yeah, I think that looks a bit better. Looks like that was a little floaty. Let's see if that is air.
7 minutes and 3 seconds.
So we're 7 minutes into this flight. Let's try to hit a 10-minute flight and call it quits. Soft air. Again, remember we're at 300 grams all up weight right now. And this is thermal 1, which means it's 5 millimeters of flaps, or camber, sorry. I'm just pushing upwind. This is the roof of the school, so usually the but lift is decent as long as there's some sun. And there is massive lift here. I can see my streamer pulling right at the school right now. It just picked up 2-3 seconds ago. Yep, and I'm feeling it on the plane.
Cruise.
You might see the plane shaking a little bit, and that's the turbulence around the thermal that's kind of hitting it.
There. 104.8 meters.
So we're just past 100 meters. Yeah, I think that's high enough.
8 minutes and 26 seconds.
So we just have a minute and a half left on a 10-minute flight. Wow, I think we had 2 or 3 fail-safes today. Telemetry lost, that means no telemetry link. And I definitely saw at least one instance where I did lose control earlier in the flight at that far corner by the fire hall. But I am a little bit surprised that we had a fail-safe closer to the middle of the field, to not right over the far hull. Okay, we're at 9 minutes. Really nice conditions today. Not super gimme air, so you did have to work for it, or I had to work for it. You're just sitting at home. So I had to work for it. But yeah, it was manageable. Would have been nice to call all in poker for conditions like this. Now, one of the things I'm noticing about my flying today is in some parts of the turn, like right now in smooth air, turning very, very good. And maybe because, you know, I just got a bit more stick time on it. But earlier in the flight, I was having my nose come up a little bit too much, maybe pulling a little bit too much elevator or not quite enough bank angle when I was in that turn. And so I stalled a couple times. So something that I need to pay attention to for the next few times I'm out flying. So that's 10 minutes. Let's come back in. All right, see you in the next video. Thanks for tuning in.